um, sadly, kind of detail gets kind of shoved back there. And, yes, I do, talk to the service managers and fixed ops quite often, but, it's just making friends with the detail guy. And then just, now my sadly, audio's detail gets kind of shoved back there. And, yes, I do, talk to this. I don't know what's going on. My audio was kind of repeating back to me.
Yeah, I think I had you on a little something. I muted it. Go ahead.
Oh, so it's just making friends with the detail guy first occasionally, you'll go to the service manager. You don't want to overstep anybody's bounds, but, and then just, I go in and I kind of, hey, my name is Emily and I'm with Capital Supply. Maybe tell them how many years experience, I've been selling these detail supplies. I sell service supplies. Or my favorite is I sell to your neighbors across the street, so such and such Honda. And I'd like to see if you needed anything or if you're being taken care of. So a lot of times I do talk to the detail guy first, and then, he will kind of guide you, oh, well, you need to talk to so-and-so, or so-and-so's in charge of purchasing chemicals. And if they never come forward with that info, I'll just say, hey, are you in charge of purchasing your chemicals, or is that, somebody else?
Cool. So what are a few of the products that you like to either get them to use or demo that kind of show off our products? Like because for me, I don't know anything really about detail, like super nothing. Like there's a product called Bumper Shine or something like that. And it makes stuff real shiny. And then I told Aaron about it and he was like, no, dude, never use Bumper Shine. And I was like, dude, I put it on my bumper. What the hell are you talking about? And he said, dust is going to get all over it. And I thought, my bumper ain't getting dusty. And I walked outside and it was just brown from dust. So that's one product to not show them. What are some products that we can show them?
So a lot of the times, a soap is a soap, a degreaser is a degreaser, but some of my favorites would probably be, one of my favorites that I even use at the house is High Shine. It's our milk. They call it milk. It's a water-based dressing. Ours is slightly thicker than some out in the field. So, I like that because I even I dress my tires with it. I don't use the greasy, oily, oil-based tire shine, although I will get into that later because a lot of dealerships like it because it lasts longer. But the High Shine is very versatile. You can dress your tires, you can dress your plastics, you can dress your motor, you can dress your dash, your leather seats, everything. And
so we were talking about, before you even got on, Emily, VLR. Use VLR for that. Is High Shine's a better product than VLR?
Yes. So I keep VLR occasionally. I think people like its price better than they like the High Shine price. They're very, very close. And that's why I keep them both. High Shine does offer a scent. It's got the nice banana smell to it. I don't know.
Cool. I lost you there for a minute, but I guess everybody else didn't. My connection went bad. Okay. So we got the milky High Shine. What were some of the other ones? I want to make note of that.
So there was the High Shine. I really like our enzyme. It's a new product. It offers a lot of for a long time I haven't had an actual real enzyme, and my competitors did. They were using it in their tornadoes or the Tornador guns, the air and solution guns.
Okay.
They were using it in their extractors. They were just using it in a spray bottle for spot cleaning.
I thought enzyme came in an aerosol can.
It does. I have not had good luck with the aerosol can. They're having like pinhole issues. If that sits on your truck for any amount of time, hot, cold, it's not good for them. I've been using the liquid.
What's that number for the liquid?
The liquid 41513.
Are you talking about the gallon, Emily? Like the gallon?
Yes.
The one that has like
Unfortunately,
kind of the vinegar smell to it? Does it have
Oh,
like
I
a
don't-
vinegar smell? No?
it
She
may.
said
I really
banana.
like how it smells. I think it kind of smells fresh and lemony.
So that comes in a gallon. Gallons.
Unfortunately, it just comes in a gallon right now. I wish it would come in a 5.
Is that a product put in
Oh,
tornado gun?
it's breaking up. Say that one more time.
Is that a product you put in a tornado gun, or you use it straight?
I think you said maybe do you, sorry, it's breaking up, but I think you said, do you dilute it in a tornado gun?
Yes.
Yes. Always dilute it. I shampooed my carpets this weekend and at the house, and you can dilute it a bunch.
Does it got dilution instructions on the label?
Yes, I think for light duty is
20 to 1.
Huh?
20 to 1.
No, I think light duty says it's 8 to 1, and I think heavy duty 4 to 1. And then if you're mixing it in an extractor, it's like 25 to 1.
Can you give me that part number again, Emily?
41513.
And is this product for the carpet extractor, does it foam up? Do we have to add any, for the extractor only, do we have to add any anti-foam to it, to the extractor?
Not if the guys will dilute it properly, but I may have mixed. Sorry.
And then, I'm just, keep going.
If they'll dilute it properly, you shouldn't. I did have some foaming issues when I mixed it this weekend at the house in a Rug Doctor. But I might have mixed it a little too strong. You can mix it a bunch.
Okay.
So do you leave samples of this, or like do you and say, hey, y'all use this? Do you do that to entice people to use it? Like, or is that a bad idea?
So I believe in samples? Yes, but do I like to leave them? No.
Okay.
My favorite, if the opportunity is there, or if I have a quick, like a can of this or a small bottle of this, like a very small bottle, I will. But my favorite is I just tell them, if you buy it, and I mean, just buy it. If you don't like it, I will come pick it up and give you all of your money back. So I just encourage them to buy. And then my other favorite along those lines is, let me show you. Let me help you. Let's clean that stain. Let's dress those tires. I kind of catch them if they're working on one, if they're working on a vehicle. Hey, can I show you this? Are you dressing those tires?
So you think these products are best done if we were to, because in a minute it'll make sense because I'm going to ask you to list some more products, but like get to know the 6 or 8 basic products that they would use, or 10 or 12, however many that is, get to use them ourselves, and then just be confident when we go in for demos. That's the best way.
Yes. So that's what one of my first things is know your product. And if you guys want me to send you like a gallon of the basics, split them up amongst yourselves and take them home, clean all of your vehicles, clean your work vehicle, dress the tires, use the soap in a bucket and use the degreaser and dilute it, and know how to dilute it, know where it works and then where it doesn't work if you've diluted it too much, or learn your product. That's probably number one.
Let me ask you this, Emily, real quick, while we're talking about you selling directly to these detailers. Are you going into places that are being, you're not going into somewhere where they have it contracted out, right? You're talking about people that have the dealerships that have detail on payroll, and you're talking about independent detailers where they're in charge of, you're not talking about a dealership where they have a hired out detail company. You're not selling to those people, are you? I
do. Anybody that needs soap, I'm your girl. So anybody, just find out who's buying.
How do those people actually detailing cars have the ability to purchase if they're working for a company that is being contracted by a dealership? I mean, they don't have to purchase the product, do they?
And give
So-
me an example too of like a company we're talking about so I can put it in my notes.
Well,
so
like,
I sell to On-Site Solutions. They are out of Kansas City, and they actually have a pretty big market here in Tulsa. And basically they set up shop in their dealerships and detail their cars for them. So I find the area manager. I just, which I've known him for a long time, so that helps out. But you just find out who is in charge of purchasing the chemicals.
yeah, see, Mitch, here in Texas, or in Dallas, is a company. The first big one that comes to mind for me is a company called Unisil.
Unisil, they're here.
A big detail company that crews that the dealership hires a detail company to come on site, and they put them in a detail area, but they don't have anything to do with the dealership. They have a liaison that deals with the dealership that works for Unisil, and you can't sell directly to their people. You have to find out, I guess, who's in charge of the area, and then in my experience, I don't even know if the area guy would be able to buy products, because it seems like they usually have a contract with some chemical company that provides all of Unisil's detail products.
Interesting.
Well, I would encourage you to find out who that is. Try to go to the top and then encourage them with consistency, because a lot of the times these guys are having to sign a contract with a big company because there is no consistent detail supplier out there. It's normally the one-man show, or they have to order and then they don't get it for another week, and that just causes all kind of problems. So that's why what I'm doing works.
So if you're saying if you stop by the Unisil every week and talk to the guy that's in charge of the crew at the dealership, you just keep hammering that dude, and there's an opportunity.
Consistency. I mean, and if not every week, every other or once a month. Don't bother them, but let them know you're going to be there no matter what.
Hey,
You're
Dallas,
there already.
Dallas guys, I bet that would work for chemicals and supplies too. That's pretty.
Same strategy, and know your product. I
Yeah.
actually am going to lead with that when I meet with Emily on the side by ourselves to talk about how we can grow mock in her area. I think she knows a shitload about her current detail product, and we need to get that knowledge up on mock. Okay, I got another question.
Before we move on, I want to keep talking to Emily real quick. And then I know the same goes for a dealership. You're going and talking to the guys, but do you go to these independent detail places a lot? I mean, are you stopping in and anybody that does, your detail, your guy that installs window tint and radios and details cars, going by those
Yes.
people?
So I do concentrate more so, and especially now that I'm with Mock and Capital Supply, I just concentrate on my big dealerships, and I don't try to waste a lot of the times on the little guys. But yes, I do sell to the little guys, because when things get slow in the dealership, it's the little guys that keep you going, keep you moving.
So have you done with like the tote the note used car lots that washed all their cars before they put them out, that kind of stuff? Is that what we were talking about? Okay.
Yep. I have car washes. I have body shops. I have trucking companies. I have detail shops along with the dealerships.
Go over that one. You said body shops.
Yeah,
Trucking.
trucking companies have to wash them trucks, and it's super easy to offload two to three 55-gallon barrels, and then you don't see them for 2 weeks to a month.
So I have window tint guy, note lot, car washes, trucking companies,
Body shops.
and detail companies. Cool.
See, we have one company here that Lone Star, a lot of people use Lone Star here. It's called Lone Star Detail. And every time you go talk to them guys, they're like, I got to pass it on to my manager, who is, but it's like the manager never is around or anything. I think he controls like 10 dealerships or something. That
You got to get his phone number.
Communication doesn't ever get passed up the line, rarely. So you just as if you were to try to sell them flush stuff, you've got to track them down somehow, some way. And I mean, like I said, sometimes if you can win those detailers over, they might not be in charge, but they'll go to their boss and they'll say, "Hey, I want this product back. I liked this and I want it. It worked great and I need to use it." And they'll call you back. That's what I'm saying.
We need to get us some spray bottles of product and keep in our vehicles is what we need, something we can show them.
Okay, yeah, clean your work trucks, clean your cars at home and your wife's car. She'll appreciate that.
That's good.
A
So-
list of body shop safe detail products.
Say it again.
We have a list of all the products that we offer that are like body shop safe, that are all the water-based products. And
So you've got to be careful with body shops. A lot of the times they won't, like my wash and wax, for example, they see the wax in that and they think that it's got petroleum-based products in it. So that's why I carry Sunrise Special too. Like I carry 2 to 3 of everything because not something doesn't work for everybody. They're all detailers are, I think, the pickiest guys that you'll come across to sell to. So Sunrise Special, we even stock the Bright Shine non-silicone dressing.
Guys, in case you guys don't know, you can't use all products in a body shop setting.
The paint has to harden for a month.
Do what?
The paint has to harden for a month before they can really wash it. They can.
Right. Well, there's just all kinds of reasons. Stuff
Mhm.
flying. Yeah, when they're in there trying to paint and all that. So most body shops require everything to be water based. They don't like a lot of silicates. They don't like a lot of petroleums. So just keep that in mind. And I don't think you have to become an expert on it, but I don't want you to be like me and get caught with doe eyes when they ask if it's body shop safe and you don't know what you're talking about and stare at them like an idiot.
Nope. Yeah, no spray shines. Just a lot of my body shops, they'll do the Sunrise Special for the soap. They use my purple stuff for my white wall concentrate for the degreaser. Some of them occasionally like the high shine, but you got to be careful with the high shine because I don't believe it's completely body shop safe, but some guys cheat the system. So, and then Bright Shine.
So you use purple stuff on white walls?
Purple stuff.
Yeah.
Purple stuff is a degreaser and white wall concentrate is the other degreaser.
So
But yes,
Emily,
you can use purple stuff on white wall tires. Is that what you're asking?
Mitch, she's not saying that she's using it to shine. She's saying she uses it to clean the white wall.
Yeah, clean the white walls. I just didn't know
Yeah.
because all my dealerships use purple stuff to clean the shop.
Oh, well,
No, it's
it works
good.
great. It works great on fender wells and tires. And
Right.
then you just got to be careful on some wheels because if the sun is just been on this wheel and it's hot and it's aluminum, it'll etch it. You just got to be careful.
So Emily, do you think it would be wise for us I could create the beginnings of a spreadsheet that listed the tiers of offerings, like a column for water, a column for petroleum, a column for other, and then group it to windshield products, interior, exterior, soap, wax, tires, air fresheners, and put that all on a spreadsheet? Do you think we could fill that in?
Yes. And then that would help the guys kind of know what to sell where. And
That's kind of what I was
Guys,
thinking.
do y'all want that?
Or we could not do it and just keep everybody guessing like we've been doing. That'd be fun.
So guys, do you want me to put that together and I'll work with Emily, and when I get it done, I'll put it on Dallas?
Yes, sir, please.
And I think I can put together some of my favorites. I have some other favorites that kind of set us apart in the industry, I guess.
What
So
are
like
your
a
thoughts,
package?
Emily, on that on the flyer that Mitch posted. Have you seen that flyer that he posted a while back?
Not sure. What on Slack?
Let me pull it up here. Hold on.
Okay, I'm looking too. Is it in general?
I got it
Are
right
you
here.
talking about the MVT flyer, Rick?
I don't know what it's called, but
That talks about the training?
no.
Oh.
This guy right here. I mean, I thought it was very informative, to be honest with you, but I wanted to hear her take on it.
Put camera on, Rick. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Have you
Hmm.
seen this one?
Yeah. So I printed those out actually. I think I've given them all away. I printed those into a book form. And that is, I will tell you that is something that Megan, she has been with Capital Supply for 3 or 4 years now, and she was brand new at learning these chemicals. And I just asked her, what helped you the most? And she said that book was one of them.
John, I see you holding one of them? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Do y'all have? I don't know if y'all have this printed out, but I got this from Actual Mock, and I like it better than the one that you just showed.
That's the new one.
Yeah. So this is the new one. It's really, really nice looking.
Do they have a PDF version of that, John? Do you know?
Yeah, that's what I
it's
use printed, but it's super, super nice. The only problem is you got to make sure that when you get back here, if you use this and actually do get some customers to purchase out of this book, most of the stuff in the back, Mock has a Mock number on, and you don't want to use the Mock number because it's all the stuff that we buy from like High Tech.
Yeah.
So you use the High Tech number. You would have to cross it all over, but it's real easy to cross over if you talk to Mike and just give him like the description, because I think it's probably where Mock Products is getting all their stuff anyway.
Can you are you on a phone or a computer?
See that? I mean, it's all the same, like wire brushes and spoke brushes and brushes, but all the stuff in the back is high tech stuff. But in the front, it's got like, all the Mock Products stuff listed out with explanations about what it does, and it's a really good book.
Can you either post that PDF file in chat or maybe on Slack somewhere so we can use it?
I have to go back and find it. That was probably a year ago that I got that, but I'll go back.
And Rick, I was
just
just thinking too, I can get that off SharePoint. It's called Reconditioning Product Guide. Another idea is to take our spreadsheet, make that a sheet in it as well to reference. And maybe because we have the ability to edit PDFs, that you and I can get with Emily and we can go through the products and we'll put a little star or quote if it's Body Shop safe. We can add to that a little bit as well.
Page in that book that kind of shows anybody looking at the catalog to order, or somebody that's wanting to know what the most popular of our products are. You could add a page in that book saying, hey, Body Shop safe, this is what you use. Hey, if you're looking for, a 2-stage detail, these are the 2 products you use. If you're looking for a thicker, finishing wax that stays on the car and doesn't run, this is what you use. If you're looking for
we'll use that as the basis of our guide, and then we'll supplement that with the packages that Emily likes, and then that quick reference spreadsheet. I think all that will make for a really good handout.
Right.
Website too. This past week when I was talking to people, the new Mock website is broken down pretty easy with all the categories of the detail products. I gave them the website.
Interior, exterior, solvent base, water base.
Right.
It works good. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll try to use those as our references for different types of products. So at least we're all saying what is on our Mock website. That'll be an easy way to learn, I think.
You got another question, Mitch? Because I've got one.
Nope, I'm done. Other than pricing, like, do you give pricing right out the gate, or how do you do it? But that's the only one I got left.
Emily, when you get to a place, how does our pricing compare to the hired out detail company in your market? Are we in line?
So yes, we should be in line, but you've got to know your competitor, who is selling to them, and do some research on them as well and their chemicals.
Yes, probably you're going to run into, which has already alluded to it, is when you run into the company like Lone Star. I know Lone Star. Lone Star is a mom and pop operation. He's a garage mixer. He doesn't have any overhead. You know, he's local and he just mixes it and delivers it. He doesn't have all the stuff, the infrastructure and all the shipping to get it like we do. So you're going to have to, you know, you're going to need to talk to me in that sort of circumstance, and let's try to figure out what we would need to do to get the business. And we can probably, you know, finagle the pricing a little bit to get in line, but just know that there's going to be some stuff and some people out there that we can't compete with, because we do have a lot of garage mixers in our territory, but that shouldn't stop you from trying.
No, not at all. You know, I have one of the same type of competitors. He is a one-man show, but people really like him. He's a nice guy. He's got fairly good pricing, but his chemical is not up to quality. Some of it might be, but not all of it. So yeah, he's a competitor, but we'll do just fine.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, that's when you say, well, you're getting it so cheap because there's nothing in it. You know, I mean, there's ways to combat that. Do you want a product that costs a little more that works, or you want to keep buying water with coloring in it? You tell me, type stuff. So
Yeah.
you know, we can that also, but just know that it would be out there cheaper, but their product's probably not as good.
Right. Quality of product for sure. And when you're talking to these guys, just make sure, just boast on what's beneficial to go with us. I wouldn't try to knock, I wouldn't try to say, oh, he mixes in his garage, or he's a one-man show, or I would just say, well, you know, these products are quality. My soap is nice and thick and sudsy, and I'm we're very consistent. And
I like to say the product sucks, and he tests it out on.
What?
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say.
Tony Gaeta has posted some videos that I could get off SharePoint as well.
Is that the guy?
Do what?
Is that mock detail guy?
It is. He
How
has
come
some
I've never
videos.
met this guy?
I don't know. We need to hook y'all up. Tony's good. So what I was going to ask you, Emily, is if you were interested, maybe at the beginning of the year, once we get your packages of favorite products, maybe you could, you know, just video with your phone some of your ways that you demo it, and we can kind of just mimic what you mimic. Is that okay? Once we get the list and everything done, is that fine?
Yep.
Cool.
Absolutely.
And we can post that on YouTube. I can put the links, and you guys can reference that as well, of, you know, just how to use it when you're at a store. Not that you wouldn't learn it, but it might be a quick reference tool as well.
Be surprised
sure.
how many of these kids don't know what not to put APC on, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
APC is a great product. It's a strong product, and it needs to be diluted with water, or it can discolor some interiors.
Take the clear off of wheels,
And take what off of wheels?
like
Finishing?
the clear coat off of wheels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
Did you
anybody else have
pricing?
any questions? I'll start putting this spreadsheet and some of the other stuff, the reconditioning product guide that John showed us. I'll get that off of SharePoint and get it with Rick, and maybe we can do some redesign and adding to that document. I'll reach out to Emily once I get a little spreadsheet done up today or tomorrow, and we can start filling that in. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask?
Just Emily, I got pricing from you about 5 months ago. Is that pricing still good for right now?
Yes, I think it is. I don't think I've raised any of the pricing since then.
Okay.
And I was gonna say, when you go in there, a lot of the guys will say, well, let me see your pricing. But it just depends on the situation. Sometimes I will say, you know, well, I will be back and I'll bring you some pricing. And that just kind of gives them maybe time to use the stuff that you left before seeing the pricing. Not that pricing is bad, because I feel like, honestly, our pricing is right there with everybody else's. It's competitive. And if they do, I give them just a short list of soap, degreaser, shine, wash mitts, and I don't give them pricing for everything.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I don't do that. I just make an invoice with some items on it with pricing on it. That's how I'd go about it.
Yeah.
And,
So I would-
and I can tell this is coming to an end, and I just want to reiterate something. So just like you guys sit in Mitch's meetings, and we talk to advisors, and we talk about how we're not going to be a hard sell company, but we're going to be a consistent offering company, right? We're asking those advisors to be consistent with our product offerings, because if you're consistent, you don't have to do anything else besides be consistent. And at some point the numbers move, because you can't sit there and ask everybody at the time that they ask. Not everyone's going to say no. You're going to have one or two say yes at some point. So to reiterate, I know it's fun to talk about the products. It's going to be great to get some knowledge on the products. It's going to be great to get these lists together to where you guys know what to offer in a body shop, what not to. But the most important thing that we got to take away from this, and it's just like going out and trying to get a new store for Mock, or it's just like going out and trying to get new business, it's consistency. If you stop by and meet somebody and ask for their business, and all of a sudden they don't see you for 6 weeks, or they don't see you again, and then you stop by, a month and a half later, and you're like, hey, remember I talked to you a month and a half ago, would you like to do some business? They don't care. They don't want to, it's not, but if you're there every week asking for business, and they've got somebody that isn't doing that, or somebody that is dropping the ball, and you never know when you're going to walk in and they're mad at their current vendor, and they're like, you know what, let's give these people a chance. But it all comes back to getting in those places every week or every 2 weeks, or just staying on it. You can't go, once a month.
I will say that is what sets us apart from everybody else that is a competitor of mine. Like, we are not a one-man operation, and we are not the large company that wants to take your order and then bring it back a week later, and I might or I might not have everything you need. We have everything when they ask, and we see them either weekly or bi-weekly or once a month. I don't really care for the once a month, but they're a little further distance. And
the other great guys is you have the luxury of, you've got a guy going out and checking a store and taking an order, and then you have a guy delivering that order, right? So, or no, y'all don't. I'm talking to my guys. So
okay.
Why don't you, if someone stops in and asks for business somewhere and tries to explain everything we have, then you tell your driver about it, or for driver, if you're doing it, you tell your account manager about it, and then they start stopping. That way, you don't have to, not everyone's stopping every week. It could be, every other week somebody stops in, but that shows more than one person that cares about their account, that can help them. So, just start thinking outside the box, and let's start trying to do some of this, get in these places.
And just know that you'll hear no's. No, I'm good. No, we've got everything. Or nope, we use so-and-so. Okay, I'll be here. Just know that I'm here. If there's anything I can do for you, I've got it, and then maybe not concentrate on all of the products. Maybe concentrate on one that that you like and it works great, and they're having trouble with this or so product from this other company. Sell them that product, get them liking it, and then before you know it, they're asking for other products and wash mitts and chamois, and you got extractors too, and do you have buffers too, and
that shouldn't be a problem. If you've seen my crew, they're used to being told no, I promise you.
That's awesome. Well, Emily, thanks a bunch. And, I didn't start off the meeting this way, but Emily has opened more accounts and has more active accounts than anybody else in the company. So her method of, going to a place and being consistent and knocking on the door until her hands are bruised, she is speaking from experience that worked. So we definitely appreciate her being on. And Emily, I'll be in touch with that other additional information, and hopefully by the first week of January, we can have a nice PDF that you guys can print on your own and send out to the stores, and you can go out there. Anybody have anything before we break out? Cool. Yeah, we good. And what was that?
Can
Emily?
I say? Yeah, I was just gonna say, keep my number in your phone. That was another thing that Megan had mentioned, is she knew she had somebody that knew the answers to, if you're sitting in a wash bay and you're like, hey, they're using this product from this and it looks like this, or take a picture, send it to me, say, hey, what would work best for this? Or just call me or text me anytime with questions like that. Or, hey, he's having a problem with this. Have you heard of that? What will work?
And does anyone need me to post her contact information in Dallas Slack, or does everybody have it?
You can find it on.
Post it just to make sure.
Okay, I'll put that in there as well.
Thank
Well,
you.
cool. Merry Christmas to everybody,
Merry Christmas.
and we'll be
Merry
in touch.
Christmas.
Thanks a bunch.